All right, we are recording you all. So as soon as Dr. Peppers returns, we will admit all. I'm going to go ahead and admit all now. I like that. Oh, no, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and admit all.
Are you like me, Dr. Hollins, where if you don't do it right then and there, you might forget it? So you're like, let me just go ahead and do this right now.
You got it. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are letting folks in the room. So thank you all for being here. As you come in, please mute yourself if you're not already muted. Welcome.
Dr. Hollins?
Yes.
Is there any way that maybe in the beginning or maybe in the middle, we could all get one picture with everybody? They don't have to be on camera the whole time, but it's very difficult to speak to screens.
For sure.
So I would love to just have a picture because I like my social proof. Like, yeah, they showed up. So what time?
Yes, that's fine. We're going to do it. If you can, please turn on your cameras. I understand that that there are times when you cannot, but please join us on camera if you can today. This is our final speaker series, and we love to see your beautiful and handsome faces, if possible. We do know that some of you all are doing double duty, but if you can, please turn on your cameras.
Or if in the middle, we could just take one picture with people just being on screen, yes, and hop right back off. It's not a problem.
Yep, we'll do that too, but I still like for folks to join when they can.
Oh, that's right, Dr. Hollins.
All right, we will be starting in about 1 minute. Thank you all for joining. Just wanted to give you folks a couple more minutes to get in.
Okay.
Thank you all for being here today for our final speaker. All right. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started because we are so very anxious to hear from our esteemed speaker today. So greetings, Hornets and friends, and welcome to MECCA. So in case you haven't heard, the Minority Entrepreneurship Collaborative Center for Advancement, also known as our famous MECCA, serves as a hub of campus and community entrepreneurial activities, fostering the growth of emerging entrepreneurs and cultivating the next generation of entrepreneurs from minority and under-resourced communities as future business owners. So MECCA provides educational training and services to assist individuals pursuing entrepreneurship. We establish partnerships with local centers for entrepreneurship. We provide counseling services to entrepreneurs. We host and sponsor workshops and educational seminars. And we assist entrepreneurs in establishing accounting and licensing procedures. In short, MECCA focuses completely on educating and energizing the Black and Brown entrepreneurial community. So during our Fall Lab series, successful entrepreneurs share their stories with scholars and the community like we're doing here today. Today is the final speaker of our MECCA Fall Lab series, and we are so very excited that you are here, even more excited that Ms. Precious is here. So let's get started. The agenda today is to hear from our wonderful speaker and to end with answering your questions. It is very important that you use the chat box to pose questions or even thoughts that you have during Precious's talk, and I will be sure that we get them answered. Now, Precious is a talker such as myself, so we will be making sure that it's conversational and that we get your questions answered. So I am so excited to hear from today's dynamic speaker, Ms. Precious Williams of Perfect Pitches by Precious. Under normal circumstances, this is what I do. I do a formal introduction. I'd read their bio. However, Precious is here today because she introduced herself to me via LinkedIn and then called me. Nobody knows how to introduce themselves better than Precious. So with that said, Ms. Precious, let's go.
All right. Ladies, Ladies, raise your hands if you want to be a bad bitch with the power pitch. Yes, I really want y'all to raise your hands, and you can clutch the pearls too, because I'm about to go in. Fellas, raise your hands if you want to be a bad man with a master pitching plan. I want to see some hands up. Well, you've come to the right place. My name is Precious Williams, and I am the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. I'm affectionately known as what? The killer. I don't know if y'all can even see the killer pitch master. And I will help you what? Slay all competition with a killer pitch. It doesn't matter if you want to know where the money resides. Y'all want investor dollars in your company? Come check me out. If you want to know what to say at networking events so that people are in the comments, because you know we're doing this virtual, wanting to meet up with you and talk more about what you do, you need to come check us out at Perfect Pitches by Precious. If you want media attention, whether it's hyper local, national, or international, I can show you how to do that with a killer media pitch. Now, let's say you want to interview for the job of your dream or the position of your dreams. You need an interview pitch. And let's say you're a speaker and the phone ain't ringing, emails ain't popping, nobody's reaching out to you. I want to show you how to become hashtag book busy and paid as a speaker. And finally, if you're an entrepreneur, I know y'all want to know how to create the most killer sales pitch that will bait, attract, and close your most ideal prospects and turn them into what? Repeat customers and clients. So again, my name is Precious Williams, and as a 13-time national elevator pitch champion who's appeared on Shark Tank, yes, season 8 in 2016, Forbes magazine, CNN, Wall Street Journal, Black Enterprise, Essence magazine, and the list goes on and on. I'm a corporate trainer for LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, Federal Reserve Bank, and yeah, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I graduated from Beaumont High School, 3836 Natural Bridge Road, and I grew up being told I could never be what I am today. But I'm standing before you tall and strong, coming out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm like that international woman of mystery. I fly all over the world like an Instagram body, teaching and training at the biggest companies in the world. And yes, I'm from the Midwest. I ain't changed my accent for nothing. And that's why I would tell you, my thing is to show you how to turn your perceived flaws into your secret weapon. Why they never see you coming. So if you want to learn how to pitch with the best, you want to be a bad bitch with a power pitch or a bad man with a master pitching plan, come to the best that's ever done it. My name is Precious Williams. I am the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. Thank you. I can't hear anything, so I'm not sure if y'all are saying anything, but I was going to figure out how to get to this, to share this.
We can share your presentation, and we're all clapping even on the screen. Thank you so much.
You know what? I couldn't figure out if I was sharing, right?
I would have never done justice to your introduction.
So I will share the screen, and we will go straight. Let's get on our thuggy.
All right.
Let's get on our thug thizzle. Y'all know how we do. We get on our thug thizzle. All right. Pitch, please. Yes. And for those of y'all who don't know, this is in the process of being trademarked, but pitch, please. Y'all see that microphone? We talk big stuff over here. So I want to show y'all how to create a pitch that what? Pays and slays. And I know y'all know this man, where the money reside, where the money reside. So as I go through my presentation, I'm going to tell you stories about, you know, when I lived in St. Louis, from the time I was 6 months old to 18 years old, before I went off to Spelman College on a full scholarship. But I definitely want you all to be ready to want to pitch yourselves. Whether you have a business, a book, a brand, a product or service, you are always in a selling game. I don't care what you do. You might be selling yourselves to your superiors. You might be selling a product or service. You might want to launch your next beautiful now, but you can't do it alone, and you have to be able to bait, attract, and close with ease. Luckily, I am from St. Louis, so I'm from the show me state. So as T.I. said, if you think you acting bad, you're going to have to show me. So I show people I'm bad on the daily, and I'm going to show you how to be bad on the daily. So if y'all ready, let me know. I want to hear some, I can hear some words. I can see some, I can't even look at the comments because I can't see if that's coming through. But let me know if y'all ready me and if y'all ready.
Go ahead, do your thing.
I'm telling y'all, ready. Ready reside. Mary had a little lamb. So let's talk about the true lies of pitching. And I'm an interactive speaker. So I'm not here to lecture y'all, although I am now a professor at Babson College, the #1 school for entrepreneurship. Yeah, can you believe that? I'm 42. I'm so excited. Anyway, so in 2019, this was often said, pitching is only for getting investors or mentors. So if you want to be on Shark Tank or if you just want to get media, Is that a truth or is that a lie? And if it's whatever it is in your mind, I want you to give me the reason why it is or it isn't. So can I get a volunteer? And you know I'm gonna need 3 because we got 2019, 2020, 2021. So can I get a volunteer and tell me, is pitching only for getting media or investors?
All the above.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Miss Lisa.
I say all the above, both. It's just not one or the other.
I think that the pitching is not for.
It's 2 people talking.
Right.
Mr. Dent?
Oh, okay. I think pitching is for, I guess, everybody.
So is it a truth or is it a lie?
It's a lie.
That's what I'm talking about. And so, Mr. Dent, whenever you all introduce yourselves or you answer a question, I need your full name. And if you have started a company or even if you haven't, I need your name because I respect names and I respect people who stand behind their names. So when I ask a question, I want your name first before you answer the question. Is that okay with everybody?
Okay, that's fine. But I'm probably going to be
Yes, ma'am.
blinking in and out because I'm in a doctor's office right now.
Not a problem, but I appreciate you being our first volunteer. So we're going to clap for the heavyweight champ. Thank you so much, Mr. Dent.
Thanks.
All right, 2020. CEOs, employees, and speakers don't need pitching. Is that a truth or a lie, and why?
Hey, my name is Abu Ghali. Hey, my name is Abu Ghali. Oh,
okay. Abu, I want to hear you. Andrew, I think you still have your mic on. If you could turn it off or just okay, go. Abu, please.
Hey, my name is Abu Ghali, and I believe that that is a lie for sure. Because, and do we explain in detail why we believe our answer? Or
give me give me 2 or 3
I believe that it is a lie because pitching is for everyone. It's for your customer, your consumer, everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like you could pitch to, you know, to your family, to your friends, where you work at. You know, you could get business everywhere. So
definitely. Now we're gonna clap for Abu, Mr. Ghali, clap for the heavyweight champ. Thank you so much. And now for our 2021, I need a volunteer. Pitching is so easy. No, there is no need to practice. Is that a truth or a lie, and why? Can I get a volunteer?
This is Tara. Corey Arrington.
I can hear from both of y'all. Queen, go first, and the second Queen goes. Like, I want to hear both of y'all.
Miss Corrine.
Hi. Okay, so I say that is a lie. It's not easy to do. You do have to practice to make sure that you're getting it right and how it sounds to you before you pitch it to somebody else.
That is excellent. Thank you so much. Clap for the heavyweight champ. And I also think I heard a Tara. Did I hear that right?
Yes, this is Tara.
Tara, can I get that full name? You know, we got to clap for heavyweight champs.
Tara Roberts.
All right, Tara. Tell us truth, lie, and why.
It's a lie. Pitching is not easy. And it definitely needs practicing. Actually, me and my team are been practicing it for probably about a week now.
Ooh. Well, we're gonna clap for that way, champ, because y'all brought it. All y'all brought it. Yes, these are lies. And it's funny, even though you all, know them to be lies, the general public doesn't believe this. They think that if the only reason you need to pitch is for media or for investors, that CEOs and all these people don't need pitches, or that it's just easy. Oh, I can just get up there and just talk about it and I can just win money and people just come. No. And so you can't until you confront the truth, you can't move past it. So if you've been walking around thinking that this is some easy thing, just because I make it look easy, I'm a master. I should make it look easy. I'm a professional. It should look easy. But when people start, they're like, "Ooh, this takes more time." I'm like, "It should," because you're at a novice level. But thank you all so very much for helping with this first exercise. And so let's talk about the beauty behind the madness of pitching. Why is it important right now for you all to step up your game when it comes to pitching, no matter what form of pitching is it? And that's why I call it the beauty behind the madness, because people don't understand that pitching is an art and a science. I'm sure it's like painting and makeup. Like, it takes a while to get all the right stuff together. But why is it important more than ever for you to step up your game when it comes to pitching right now? Can I get a volunteer? I know I'm not scaring y'all, so I know I want to hear somebody.
Hey, my name is Abu Ghali, and I believe pitching is very important to step up your game, because you're representing yourself, not only yourself, but you're representing your business. So pitching is what really gets your sales, and shows how important you see your business and why your business is important and why it could help the customer or who we're pitching to. So pitching is essential. It's very important, and for you to have a very good pitch, it could lead to a lot of very, very good things for your business and for sales. So,
well, thank you, Mr. Ghali, again. Clapping for you. Yes, it is so important. The reason why it's more important now than ever, we're still in a pandemic and economic downturn and social unrest. As you all know, I'm in New York City, so a lot of the biggest businesses have gone out of business. A lot of mom and pop businesses have gone out of business. And so some people still need to be able to sell. And if you believe that no business can make money, I'm going to tell you, in the midst of a pandemic and economic downturn and social unrest, we 3 times our revenue last year. People could not believe it. And I said, well, I'm from St. Louis, so I've been at rock bottom. So you can call me the fourth quarter quarterback. Give me the ball, I'm gonna run with it. For people who've never been through hard times, this is the hardest thing ever. For people who've already been through hard times, you learn how to roll with the punches. And business is not about when things are great. You remember Dr. Martin Luther King, he said, where do people stand in times of challenge and controversy? When times like this happen, the best people will rise to the top because they can see opportunity in the storm. They can also see how to pivot. I used to teach people just how to win pitch competitions or how to get media attention. I never thought that the big tech companies, banks, financial services companies would need my services until I started putting it out there, and they came. But why did I start to think that? My individual clients couldn't pay me because maybe they had lost their jobs or they had lost their main source of revenue. But companies, even if they lost some revenue, they still need to train and teach. And they have to see the value in what is it that we do or I do or any of you do. So in times like this, the whole pivot, I don't really like the word pivot, change or whatever, but I want you to know that in times like this, there's still money to be made. There is still impact to still be made. You know what I mean? So don't give up. This is the time where we put on our big girl and big boy underwear and we go do that.
Precious, I have a question and you might get there. And if you're going to get there, just let me know. How did you enter the market? How did you get started doing this?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. I'm definitely going to talk about that.
Perfect. Okay.
Dr. Hollis, I love that. So just giving y'all a little background. As y'all can tell, I changed my hair like I changed my underwear. It's an everyday occurrence. I don't even know what I'm going to look like tomorrow. But I am a Spelman College grad, class of 2001, degree in English, minor in art history, pre-law. I have a law degree from Rutgers School of Law, Newark. Passed the bar, New York State Bar on my first try. And so I'm a very engaging and bold personality that I know was cultivated in St. Louis, Missouri. And I look back on the things that I have done and I'm actually shocked. So yes, I'm a 3-time #1 best-selling author of the Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only series. I have been speaking professionally since I was 16 years old. Yes, at Beaumont High School. Started speaking when my first speaking engagement was before Mayor Freeman Bosley Jr. My second speaking engagement was before the governor of Missouri. So when I tell you I've been doing this a long time, I've been speaking since I was 16. I've been a killer pitch master since 2013, right? And so because of principal of my high school, Beaumont High School, Floyd Cruz, one day he came to me and he said, I need you to speak at an event. When you're 16, do you care? Like, they gonna feed me? My grandma gonna take me? My English teacher wrote my speech, never looked at it beforehand, stood at the podium, opened it up, and just started speaking. And I knew exactly how to speak. I knew exactly how to put emphasis on words. And I know it's God-given. And these grown people were on their feet. The next thing I know, I'm speaking to the governor. The next thing I know, Matthew Dickey's Boys and Girls Club. I don't know if that exists anymore. Next thing I know, I'm speaking at, do you remember the Salad Bowl? I'm probably bringing up old things that probably don't exist anymore, but I started speaking all around the state of Missouri because people love to hear me speak in the way that I would engage and fire people up. So that's how I started. I didn't know that I would go through homelessness. I didn't know that I would go through severe addiction, alcohol addiction. I come from a family that, a mother who never wanted me and almost beat me to death 30 years ago, November 18th, 1991. My father has been a drug addict since he was 18 years old, and he's still a drug addict today. My family knew I was going through all these hard times and did not step in. However, at 15 years old, my grandmother, Precious Dolores Williams, my grandfather, Raymond Woodrow Williams, I'm looking over there because there's a big old picture of them right up there. And they took me in. They took me from my father, took me in and just blessed me. Like, I was such a dark personality, and my grandparents loved me to life. Instead of going to McClure High School, Ferguson, Florissant, they wanted me to go to Beaumont. I didn't want to go, but they wanted to be close in case anything happens. I always thought I was ugly and stupid. No, I've never had friends, none of these sort of things. My grandmother overrode that every day, never called me out of my name, always showed me love. And she said, you have the gift of speech. So she spoke life into me. And she said, you're going to know Oprah. These people are going to know your name around the world. Now, how are you going to tell that to a 15-year-old who's been kicked to the curb so much and you're almost beaten to death? My grandparents loved me to life, and they kept pushing me. So every speaking engagement I had, my grandmother was right there. When I won Miss Beaumont in 1996, 1997, my grandmother, she just knew, like, she was always there. She died when I was a junior at Spelman College. So I don't want people to get it in their mind that I had it easy. I did not. I do not speak to most of my family today, but my job is to have an impact on a younger generation. And whatever you're going through, just know that God gives his hardest battles to stronger soldiers. So when I told you I'm built for it tough, I really am. And so are you. So how did I even get into pitching? Back in the day, I was an attorney. I did not like being an attorney. I was bored by being an attorney. Even though I was winning all my cases, it was just boring to me. And so a young man that my ex-fiance and I went to Beaumont High School together, we ended up breaking up in March 15, 2010. Sad, depressed. My friend told me to put an ad on a dating site, and I wrote a little poem called Two to Tango. Met incredible brothers, but I met a famous Hollywood actor, brother. I was 327 pounds at the time, y'all. 327 pounds. Never thought he'd give me the time of day. Not only did we go on our first date, I'm just happy we there. We kicking it. It's lovely. Never thought I'd see him again. He hit me back and said, yeah, we're going to do this again. And then we started dating. And he helped me look at myself in a totally different way. My depression caused me to gain that weight and eat and stuff like that. But he saw past that into who I really was. I'd given up on speaking. I'd given up on a lot of things. And I couldn't find nice underwear in my size. It was size 28. And I went looking around, couldn't find anything at Victoria's Secret. None of the stores had anything in my size. And it ate away at me. And I said, I'm going to start a company called Curvy Girls Lingerie. Nobody believed. They told me I was too fat, too Black, didn't have an Ivy League degree. And while all of that may have been true, they didn't know the grit and the determination that lied within. Like the size of the fight in me is greater than most people could ever imagine. So I stopped being an attorney. I went all in, had no money. I went to an event that I could not afford, put the $300 ticket price on a card here in New York, went into this event, saw the media sponsors, CNBC, MSNBC, all of that. God told me to walk up to the producers of MSNBC, and I pitched not even knowing how to do it. And they loved it so much that they put me on national television. MSNBC's Your Business with JJ Ramberg. Y'all, when they came and picked me up in a Cadillac Escalade, none of my friends thought I could do it. Not my family, nobody. So I remember getting in that Cadillac Escalade, going to Rockefeller Center. They put me in the makeup chair, had my lingerie and everything. Brought me to set, and the two investors were standing right in front of me. And they said I had 1 minute to pitch, one. And I started pitching. 54 seconds later, it was over. And I went deaf. I didn't hear anything. And when my hearing came back, I heard the host of the show say that was one of the best pitches in the history of this show. And I walked in negative $400 in my bank account, walking away with $500,000. So when I tell you, wherever you are, don't believe that people just had it easy. They didn't. And then they told me, you need to enter pitch competitions because the way you pitch is just different. Like you have all the elements in there, but you just do it a different type of way. So I entered 14 pitch competitions and won 13 of them, hands down, beating Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Columbia, cool tech companies, international companies. I beat them with a little lingerie company for full-figure divas and plus-size fashionistas. So what I'm going to tell y'all today, I want you all to learn that when you change your language, you change the game. I don't want you all to say what everybody else is saying. I don't want you to regurgitate what a guru or anything says. I want you to find what it is that brings you here, what you want your audience's impact to be, or what you want your audience to feel. What challenge are they facing? Can you meet that challenge? Can you take them over the hump? Is your product or service you want to be the only choice that matters? And because people don't think about plus size women other than to say you need to be in the back. Here I was in 2011, starting a company no one believed in, and look at where life has gone. Beautiful lingerie for curvy women is big now, but it wasn't back then. So somebody had to be the catalyst. Somebody had to put it out there. And when I went on Shark Tank, which I'll share my pitch with you, when I went on Shark Tank, they were blown away. So that's why we're going to talk about, how to create a pitch that pays and slays. So here's some of the things I want you all to think about. What are you selling, to whom, and why, right? So we often talk about, people know their target market. Okay, you may think you do. And I definitely want you to do the research on that. But I often find that what people think is their target market really isn't. It's probably in another industry or somewhere else. Another thing that people really forget about is they love to give up the solution. What do they offer their customers or their clients without first addressing what's the real challenge? What's their real problem? For example, when I started off with pitching, I just said, everybody wants to know how to pitch. And I started asking questions on social media. And what I learned is, since most people thought pitching was only for people who want to go into media, or they wanted to, get investors, they didn't see the value of what it was that I was doing. So then I had to come back with, okay, so I have to make sure they understand pitching is life. A pitch is a short, brief way of introducing yourself to whom you hope is your target market or someone who's related to your target market. Why? Because you want to get to the next step of the process to eventually close the deal. So if you think about going to someone's house, it's Christmas or the holidays or whatever you celebrate, grandma cooking good, somebody cooking good, you in the house smelling good, y'all chopping it up, y'all eating, y'all feeling good. You start putting things on your plate because dinner's about to be served. You sit down, that entire plate is your business, your books, your brands, your products, your services, your relationships, your network. After y'all have said grace and you get ready to put that first fork or spoon in, that's your pitch. It's not the entire plate. What you want to do is give them a juicy more, a little taste of more to come. You want to entice them. If you throw everything at them, it's overwhelming and too much. So that's why a pitch is a short, succinct way of introducing who you are, what you do, who do you serve, you know, what makes you unique, what challenge do they have? How do you meet that challenge and exceed it? How do you get them to move the needle past that? What is your call to action, right? So that's a basic pitch, basic. But I also want y'all to take it into killer pitch mode. And most people will never fully address the problems that their target market has. So before you offer me a solution, do you even understand what my problem is? And that's why I created hashtag Rockstar Confidence, because I want to teach women how to have the confidence no matter what, to go to any stage or go into any room, as Jay-Z said, move through a room full of vultures and know you can eat with the best of them, right? And then if you know, once you have that great solution, I want y'all to be on y'all Kanye. Kanye will never let you tell him he's a rapper. He's like, I'm a rapper, I'm a producer, I'm a creative director, I'm a designer, I'm this, I'm that. You can't box him in and don't allow yourself to be boxed in. So even though I'm the killer pitch master, I'm a world-class master communicator. And they don't book me just for pitching. They book me to teach sales scripting, sales skills and stuff like that, right? And that's why it's important. As if you're going to be on your Kanye, you have to throw the credentials at him. I'm a 13-time national champion. I've been on Shark Tank. 7 of my clients have been funded on Shark Tank. My clients are winning. I have 145 pitch champions under me. Pitch champions. I've had women launch #1 best-selling books, created courses that people just still buy in droves. So you got to be able to tell them, what have you done? So that allays the fear of why should they work with you? And finally, you should have 150 reasons why somebody should hire you, book you, promote you. You need to have those, because when you know what they are, all these objections that may come your way, you'll have a way around that. So again, what are you selling? To whom and why? And as simple as it sounds, it's so much more. I don't ever want you all to write a pitch just because you have 30 seconds and only write a 30-second pitch. No, you write for 2 and 3 minutes and you start to cut down. I want all those ideas to come out of you, but never forget, before you offer the solution, what is the challenge? Because too many people go for the solution first and people kind of don't care because you don't really know what they're struggling with. And that's why I encourage you to ask your network, ask your audience, become the go-to expert, but ask. So what does it mean to seal the deal, right? You've said you've gotten your pitch, you're killing the game. How do you seal it, close it, bring them back repeatedly? I want you all to have that feeling internally. What would it be like to sell your first book or your product or service? What would it be like? Or to sell multiples? What would it be like to go from selling something for $50 to selling something for $500,000? What would it be like to go from speaking for no money to working with a LinkedIn, and every time they book you, it's at $15,000 up to $40,000? When I was y'all age, I couldn't even imagine speaking at that level. I would have been happy with a couple of dollars, some cents. The higher you go, the more you're able to show and prove. Closing the deal is different. But when you're starting, I want you to imagine what success looks like. What does it feel like to not have to worry about paying your bills anymore because that's done? So now that's off of your shoulders. Now you're really having a type of impact because you're not running on survival instincts. So I want you to have this in your mind. What does success for you look like? What does success for me look like? Success for me was having to leave home to go find myself, because I didn't want people to tell everybody who I was based on who I was at 16, 17, and 18. I knew that St. Louis would love me more if I was respected somewhere else. And now I can come back. So y'all don't even know what this means to my heart to be here with y'all. I walked in as Harris-Stowe. It was a teacher's college way back when I was Miss Beaumont. So life comes full circle. So feel that. Research, data. I know you're getting this in the business school, but if you don't have proper planning, if you don't have the research and data, you can't give a pitch without giving any data. You can't. It doesn't even make sense. Like if you're pitching to investors, or if you're pitching to the media, Or if you're pitching to clients, they want to know some numbers in there. How many people have you worked with? What, people want to know what's the cost of goods sold? I mean, what's your profit margin? They want to know these things because it tells them if you really know your business or you're winging it. Another thing I want you all to take advantage of is when you're creating your pitch, there's your pitch for today, but there's also a pitch that's forward looking, right? So even though you might be in an oversaturated market, you think no one's going to buy it, or, the market, there's not enough people. Look for the gaps in the marketplace. What hasn't been done? Or why aren't they taking on that, right? For example, so I'm the killer pitch master. I started looking at who were the big names in media pitching, investor pitching. What do they do? What do they do well? What are they known for? And then I put on here, this is what I do, what I'm known for. Where do we do the same things? What things don't we do together? And then if the things that they don't do, I do, that's a gap. And then what's some things that we all don't do? Exploit the gap in between. Because there's a certain target market you don't see right now, because you're only seeing what's in front of you. But there's a whole big world, and then your niche will make you rich. Your niches will make you rich. When I started off with bad bitches, people are like, oh, women, but you need to have men in there too. I said, but if you are so good with that niche, other people will come because you've established your brand and that you have credibility, testimonials and stuff like that. People will come to you because you've already made a name for yourself here. So you don't have to sell to everyone, but you have to know who your target market is. And if you can exploit the gaps, you're really going to increase exponentially your revenue, your profits, and then you'll start playing with the big boys and you'll become a big boy and a big girl. And also, again, have your 150 reasons why someone should hire you, promote you, book you, put you out there. The first 10 to 15, I challenge you all to do that on your own. The next 100 plus, I want you to ask your network, why would they put you out there? Why would they refer you? What is special about you? You need to know that and look at it on a daily basis. Because when you have those days when a sale might not come through or your pitch might not have landed, I want you to keep looking at that, because those are people that tell you why they would do that. And then you use that with your network to ask them to make warm introductions on your behalf so that you can pitch even more. And that's the only reason I've gotten to where I've gotten. It wasn't just pitching by myself. It was pitching for profit, bringing other people in to pitch me in other spaces that I didn't even know existed. I didn't grow up with connections. I didn't grow up with media or anything. And I've never paid for media, y'all. For me to be in all of this stuff that I've done, I didn't pay for it. And I don't. But that's my skill set and my talent. So I want you to be the number one solution, but you have to address the challenge and you have to make it clear you're the only choice that matters. Another thing that I really want y'all to think about too, and I know it's a lot to take in, but as the killer pitch master, I wouldn't be doing right by y'all, but not showing y'all that pitching is not just putting, I do this, and that's it. That's not a great pitch. That's elementary. You all are so far and beyond that. So what are you posting on social media? Is it about your upcoming company, your launch? Is it asking questions of your audience to make sure that they're peeping what you're doing? Because what you may not realize is there are people watching you right now on your ascent and getting ready to swoop in, right? What do you have any testimonials on LinkedIn? Do you have any testimonials on your site? These things matter when people are afraid and they've never met you before, but they like what they see. They can read those testimonials and be like, okay, well, if this person worked with her and this happened, great. What credibility do you have in the marketplace? What are others saying about you other than the testimonials? Who have you really worked with? What clients do you have? What are customers buying repeatedly from you? What lessons are you gleaming from the research and the data? All of this means that your pitches change over time. What I said when I was on Shark Tank is so different from who I am today. That was 2016, it's 2021. So your pitches will change as you go. It will change. And that's why don't get married to that particular pitch. It will change. You may get a big client and all of a sudden you're doing other things that you weren't thinking about before. So pitches change and grow. They're not static. And it's something I want you to be proud of when you're pitching yourself, your business, your book, your brands, your product or service. Don't forget, drop them receipts on them. Like young people say, drop them receipts. Oh, you say you did this? Bam, hit them with the video. Bam, hit them with the testimonial. Bam, hit them with, oh, I was here. Bam, hit them with this. You got to hit them with it. Because if you don't, someone else with less talent and ability will take them from you. And again, we've already answered this question. You see these two, this beautiful couple, they're looking through shirts and coats. Why should they choose you? You need to be very clear on why they should choose you, which means you have to ask people why. Your loving network, people at Harris-Stowe State University, the Anheuser-School School of Business, like Anheuser-Busch School of Business, like ask. What they'll tell you things you don't even know about yourself. It'll strengthen who you are. As someone who's been told that I was never going to be good enough to do things, imagine my surprise that I was in a movie with Sir Richard Branson and Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul, lived in Santa Monica, had a big party, spent a night at the Joshua Tree. Like I've spoken all over the world. And I'm still that Black girl from St. Louis, unambiguous. Black on both sides. Embrace all that you are. Too many people want to be somebody else. I want you to be you. And then don't forget your competitive advantage. Y'all say y'all be on your Kanye. What's your secret sauce? What do you do better than anybody else? Can you quantify that? Can you qualify that? What do people say about you when you're not in the room? Are they advocating or are they saying, oh, don't work with her? You need to know. So, as I said before, you have to practice, practice, practice. And the more you practice, the easier it gets. And then you'll be able to have conversational pitches. In fact, I was at a Whole Foods one day and my book, Bad Bitches About Bitches, was just getting ready to come out. And I was just talking to the cashier, just chopping it up. And this woman next to me, she was like, you say you're from Missouri? I said, yeah, I'm from St. Louis. She said, oh, from Kansas City. I said, okay, word. She was like, oh, I heard about that Bad Bitches. I said, yeah, that's that book I'm coming out with. Yeah. She was like, oh, okay. So she hit me up on LinkedIn the next day. She said, I'd like to buy a box of your books. She said, I'm the CEO of. There's always someone listening, y'all. My book was supposed to sell 2 copies, but it was the #1 bestseller. And Forbes magazine reached out to me to write about my book. And the article, if y'all want to look it up on Forbes, it says pitching is bitching. Forbes doesn't even curse. Why would that happen? Because I was doing something different in the marketplace. I didn't sound like everybody else. Preparation is key. Everything is an opportunity for you to get yourself out there, but also everything isn't about the sale. Sometimes it's about building a relationship so that when I want y'all to be like NBA Youngboy, never broke again. If you have the right relationships, you're in good hands. And that's why I'm so happy to be here with Harris-Stowe State University. Oh, I'm so excited. You have to create multiple pitches because you'll have different audiences. How you speak to the media is different from how you speak to investors. So just knowing that. And so we're getting down to the end. I don't know what time it is because I can't see the time, but I definitely just wanted to share this with you all. One of my free resources is my quiz. You can take it right now. Type in pitchingforprofit.com. It's my short 6-question quiz that will tell you where you are right now in your pitching game and where you need to go. The algorithms will do its thing and you'll get a free customized report. I believe in what I do and the world does too. But when I started, people said I would never have clients because I'm Black and I'm fat. No Ivy League degree. Well, I actually spoke at Harvard University this year. So even though I don't have that Ivy League degree, guess who came coming? And that's when you build up your credibility, your testimonials, those big names. It matters. I don't have an Ivy League degree to this day, and I don't care. I'm very proud to be from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm very proud that I went to Spelman and Georgetown and Rutgers. And I live in New York State. I came here to make it big, and I did. And I want the same for you. Here's my triple threat book bundle. I'm going to share this with you all. Sorry. I was in Philly yesterday. I was in Philly judging a pitch competition yesterday. And so my triple threat book bundle, so I'll show it so you can actually see what they look like. This is my first book, Bad Bitches, Empowered Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only. This book is about the psychology of pitching. And I'm not sure if y'all know there's 7 branding personas to pitching. And once you know which one or two you are, then you go to the workbook, Bad Bitches, Empowered Pitches, the workbook. Yes, men buy it. I promise y'all, they buy them. And so this book gives you different prompts for the different type of pitches you will have based on audience, based on, backgrounds and stuff like that. And so your pitches will all be different and it'll be specific for you, so you don't sound like everybody else. And finally, when you get your pitches together, Pitching for Profit, the Bad Bitches Playbook to Convert Conversations into Currency. I want you to turn your conversations into currency, which is money, but also the type of relationships that will pay over and over and over again through warm introductions that turn into closed deals, that get you on stages you never thought you could be, that will have the media clamoring at your feet to get the latest from you. And so that's why it's important to understand that pitching ain't easy, but it sure is fun. And I want you all to take advantage of the opportunities to know that pitching, you can do this. And I'll make sure that they send out the links with this, and you'll also get this, presentation. Finally, I have a crowdfunding campaign going on right now. It's so crazy, right? So it's called Where Money Resides. Where Money Resides? It resides in sales. So I think the challenge of 2022 for a lot of entrepreneurs will be how to increase their sales exponentially, even in a time like this. And so what I want to do is work with more entrepreneurs globally, and to create the kind of a digital and online training programs that will show them how to really treat sales and give sales the type of treatment it deserves, and also elevate your products and services to the nth degree. I want you to be in bigger and bigger spaces, because the more of us are there, chocolate, Black on both sides, or just people of color or whatever, I want you all to get out there. This is your world for the taking, and don't let fear, what people have told you about you, standing in your way. I want you to slay all competition and kill it with sales. So if you'd like to contribute to my crowdfunding campaign, I'd really appreciate it, or you can share it with your network. Again, if you watch the video, it starts with Where Money Resides, and I go into why I'm doing what I'm doing, what I had to overcome to get here, and why is it important to believe in yourself, but to also have proper sales training so that your products and services just fly out like hotcakes. And this is my contact information. On Instagram, I'm at Perfect Pitches P. On Facebook, I'm at Perfect Pitch P. On Twitter, I'm at Perfect Pitch P. And on LinkedIn, I am Precious L. Williams, Killer Pitchmaster. On YouTube, my channel is Perfect Pitches by Precious. And every Sunday, I go live on the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show live on LinkedIn. And so I believe this is the end. I hope we have time for a question and answer. And please let me know how you feel about this particular presentation. We can go deeper and deeper, but I definitely want you all to know that this is an art and a science. And I want you to create the pitch that pays and slays. My name is Precious Williams. I am the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. Thank you.
I wish I didn't have to talk right now. I wish I could just live in this for people. Good night. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. We do have a couple of questions, but honestly, I really do wish I just had some reflection time for a few moments, but we will do that after this.
I'm so Gucci, and I'm sorry I went. I think it went four minutes over.
You're good. I couldn't see it. Absolutely good. You are good. We only have Gucci.
I'm Gucci.
First of all, you got to send me your list up, your soundtrack, so I can make sure I get caught up.
Girl, with the where the money reside? Where the money reside? You know.
So the first question is from Miss Lisa, and it says, "Precious, do you offer consultation sessions?"
I do.
Perfect. And you've given your contact information.
I have, and I think you all will send something afterwards just to make sure that they can
make sure they get it. Mrs. Sign, thank you so much. And then the next question is so controversial that I think we could dig into this because let me tell you, I struggle with our community in this area. Miss Sheena, when pitching, is it good to show a sense of arrogance in what you do, or should you just remain humble in what you are trying to get across? Now, I haven't talked to Miss Precious in depth, but I already know we're on the same page with this one, so I'm going to just turn it over to you.
You can turn it over. And Queen, I wasn't sure if we got pictures yet, because I know I forgot to do that halfway in the middle. I want to make sure
we got to do that.
The picture of everyone.
Yes.
Like I had that social proof. Here's the thing. I'm always gonna come across as arrogant to some people. However, if I wasn't in this skin color and if I wasn't this woman, it would be accepted.
Yes.
So my thing is, I know my stuff. And that's why I say you got to come with it, receipts. You got to come with the credibility. You have to let them know what time it is. Because if you don't, you'll be the downtrodden hood recipient, begging for opportunities. I ain't never gonna, no, I'm not gonna let you characterize me like that at all. I spent a large part of my life feeling like I had to be in the background because my family didn't come from this, or I didn't have these connections. I didn't grow up with money. Man, bump all that. I got kicked out of Georgetown University Law Center on March 15th, 2002. And do you want to know why? It wasn't bad grades. It was because I couldn't deal with the fact of everyone asking me about my family, where I came from, and I was ashamed and embarrassed. I was ashamed on a full scholarship. I was ashamed. I felt less than. At 42, I'm looking back like, but baby, y'all was still in the same place. I couldn't see that back then. So when people throw out, oh, I went here, I don't care. Baby, you can't lace up my bootstraps. So my thing is, I want you to have that confidence. Some people are going to call you arrogant. That does not have to be what you receive. But if I had nothing to provide, I promise you, Harris-Stowe State University, I promise you, Dr. Hollins wouldn't even look at me. But I wanted to impress upon her from the moment we talked, you're going to hear a lot of pictures from a lot of random people who ain't doing nothing. I'm going to tell you why we should rock. And I don't think she took it as arrogant. I think she was just like, oh, okay, because she knows her value and her worth. I'm not here to speak for free. Like, I'm not here for none of that. I'm here to show you, if you know what your worth is, whether other people see it or not, does not change my worth, my intrinsic worth. My purpose on this earth is not to tell you, you need to come from this kind of family. You need to have, no, all of that can be built. We serve a good God who created a masterpiece. And how dare I want to be in a background? I look like, never that. So, of course, people are going to say I'm arrogant, but you know my name, though.
I love it. I love it. And something that really stands out from what you just said to me is to know your stuff. It is always going to be people that say, you know, she's too confident, or she do too much, or whatever that phrase might be. Mm-hmm. But when you know your stuff, it is always going to come off different to different individuals. But what they can't take from you is that you know it. Is that you know what it is that you stand for. And right. So that's confidence, not arrogance. And you should always be confident in what you're putting forward.
Most definitely. And at the end of the day, you're not for everybody. And I really want y'all to understand, you don't sell to everybody. I don't care what the world tells you. You don't sell to everybody. Yes, everybody can go into Walmart, but we don't have a Walmart in New York City, so I go to Target. But here's the thing. You know, once you know who your clients are, the tribe that fits my vibes understands bad bitches and power bitches. I can't tell you for the life of me how many people who look like me told me my book wouldn't sell. Oh, it's too crass, it's too this. But I'm like, what about You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero? What about all these other books written by people who look nothing like me? You accept it. I didn't write it to be crass, but if I'm the pitch master, I'm gonna show you why you should buy my book, because I'm gonna show you how to do it. And for those people who feel like it's crass, you're not my client, so I don't need to argue with you.
That takes us back full circle, completely full circle to our first speaker, Miss Michelle of Demi Blue, who is also on the line, who said,
I see the two speakers. I was
like, your customer.
I saw the book. I was like, ah.
She said, everyone's not your customer. And you know, we're trying to get all the sales, all the money. And everybody is not our customer. You were selected for this speaker series because of your confidence. There is a line of individuals who want to be before this group. And because of that confidence, it's what got you in the room. So I think that's the only other question we had. Let me make sure.
Do we have someone who was going to pitch too? I can stay a few more minutes extra. I just letting you know. I mean, because I know we got 5 minutes, so I want to make sure that if there's a queen or king who had that pitch, because I saw something come through, but I don't know if they're here.
Okay, I'll check on that. One more question that did just come up. What steps did you take? And we got 4 minutes, so I want to leave 2 minutes for the pitch if we have it, and give you 2 minutes for this one. What steps did you take to claim Curvy as your brand?
I'm not sure what that question is asking.
So the lingerie, I'm thinking he's saying what steps did you take to make Curvy your brand?
Funny. So God gave me the title Curvy Girls Lingerie with a Z and not an S. And I just thought it fit. I thought it fit so well, and just started putting it out there. And back in the day with Curvy Girls Lingerie, whoever was first in market would have gotten the trademark, not first to file. Now it's a totally different thing. So eventually there was another brand out of LA called Curvy Girls Inc. or whatever. We just decided we're going to rock together, whatever. But at the end of the day, wrote the business plan, won the competitions, all that kind of stuff, had the mentoring and everything like that. When you win pitch competitions, a lot of that comes with a lot of other services. So the steps that I took was I needed to be ready, and I needed to have the right team behind me. Even though it was a one-woman operation at first, I needed to come hard because other people around me, they've always done a collaborative thing. Well, I had nobody to collaborate with because no one believed in me. And so then as we started to get higher and higher, Shark Tank and all this other kind of stuff, it just became so much easier. And once you hit Shark Tank, and I slayed on Shark Tank, like, whoa, you did that. However, I had the wrong business partner. And the reason why y'all can't see the episode is because we threatened to sue them afterwards. So, I've been through some things in business.
So you trademarked your business? I'm sorry to interrupt.
I didn't trademark Curvy Girls Lingerie back then, but Perfect Pitches by Precious, Pitch Please is in the process, and there's something else. And when I say the process, it's already at the USPT. Oh, God, Curvy Girls Lingerie, no. And it doesn't exist anymore. My Curvy Girls doesn't exist. So I'm not trademarking something that doesn't exist.
All right. I don't know.
I still want a picture though.
Don't leave. Miss Rebecca, are you trying to?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I have a student here that is
ready to
pitch.
Ready.
You guys, hold on 1 second. If you can turn on your camera, please turn on your camera. I'm going to make sure to grab a picture for Miss Precious Williams. So please turn on your camera if you can. I know some people can't, but please turn it on. I'm going to snap a picture. So just listen to the pitch while you're looking good at the same time, you all. All right, let's go, HSSU.
Okay. My name is Delana Harton, and I'm in the process of creating a hair line and a hair vending machine company. The hair vending machine will act as a store away from home for college students. I want to implement it on campuses because I know being away from home is very hard, especially if you're a Black girl and your hair is everything. So this will have all your essentials like your bundles, your bonnets, combs, hair clips, anything that you would need right there in your campus. You don't have to drive to a different store or anything like that. And honestly, that's just where I'm at right now. Yeah.
Well, Queen, let me clap for the heavyweight champ. I'm so proud of you for pitching. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, a couple of things I want you to think about with your pitch. Number one, I didn't hear a call to action.
Okay.
I didn't hear a call to action. What do you want people to do once they hear your pitch? Are you seeking investments? Are you seeking warm introductions to particular people? Connections to the vending machine people or whatever. I love the fact that you were talking about bundles and stuff like that. Listen, Queen, I changed my hair up, the wig game, the hair game, honey blonde, the blue, how it is. So I'm always looking for innovative things. What is the real challenge that the students are having. They can't go to all of these stores. It's going to be all in one place. What type of schools is it going to be at? Is it going to be at HBCUs, or is it going to be, are you going to start in St. Louis? Where are you going to start? Another thing is, when you started, I want you to start with a bang and with fireworks.
Okay.
So I don't need your name and the name of your company in the beginning at all. You know what I need? I need you to hit them with, you know, like, what is that biggest thing that I guess women struggle with their hair? Like, y'all know you in college, you ain't got no kind of coin to just be going here and there. What do you do? Like, what do you do? Or, man, my hair look toe up from the flow up and I got an interview coming up. I'm a college student. What do I do? I can't go to the hairdresser. I get this. What can I do? Girl, if I was a vending machine, listen, I see something that I want. I'm ready. You call your home girl, hey, hook me up, $20, you know, do all of that. We Gucci, now I'm ready for my interview. Or, you know, what if you're that girl that always wants to switch things up, but you ain't got no core? You just go to that vending machine or whatever. So you want to make it sizzling and spicy. And then make sure I need some facts, figures, and statistics.
Okay.
Like, how big is this market? What do you think you can capture in the market? How big is the St. Louis market? Are you thinking HBCUs? Are you thinking PWIs? Like, where are you most needed? And how much money are you raising or seeking? And if that's not your thing, if you want media to look at you, what do they need to know about the market? And how different what you're doing is. If no one's doing it, that's great. But why aren't they doing it? It's an even better thing to answer.
Gotcha.
Does that answer your question, Queen?
Yeah, they answered a lot, actually.
And like I said, I want you to come out. I want you to start with a bang and with fire. Dr. Cheryl Wood.
No worries, because you know you'll be back to help us with our upcoming pitch competition. So
well,
thank you very much.
I just want to be asked. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be asked, y'all. But again, thank you all so very much. I'm sure that Dr. Hollins and her team will make sure that you all get these get the presentation. But again, my books are available in a triple threat pitch book bundle. I do have my crowdfunding campaign going on. And again, if you love what you heard today, reach out to me on social media, put a testimonial out there on social media, tag me in it, because people need to see that I'm not a boring speaker, and that if I can talk to our young people, I can talk to them all. So I thank you so much, Dr. Hollins. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you so much for everybody who's been a part of this. I really appreciate this. And yeah, I would always include an ask that's more than just money. Sometimes you just need a connection, and the money will just come.
Yes.
So always make the big ask. I know it sounds scary. You can get shot down. I got shot down for years before. I was homeless and an addict from 2007 to 2018 when the love of my life, the actor, died. So I'm telling y'all, I came back by pitching, and now I'm booked and busy in 2023. You don't really want that kind of smoke. That's why I tell you, pitching ain't easy, but it sure is fun.
All right. Well, thank you so very much, Ms. Precious. We are very thankful for your time today. We appreciate all the learning and lesson, the pitch feedback. I mean, we done packed it all in 1 hour. So we truly appreciate you.
I'm so thankful. And Queen, could you let me know, like, I just like the file of what the comments were, because I can't.
I'll get to everything. No worries. I just want to.
I got you, Press. I got you.
I just want to make sure I wish everyone a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for supporting and learning through MECCA. We appreciate you, and take care.